your fancy. You can have it any way you want. Your fancy. You can have anything you like. Your fancy. You can have it any way you want. Your fancy. You can have anything.
This is for you, Taurus. March is the month of the angelic frequencies of the gemstone Aquamarine. Your birthstone is Emerald, Taurus, so what we need to do is see how these two gemstones resonate with each other. I'm Pastor Rosemary, the Astrology Angel. Thank you for joining us. To contact me, you can visit www.readingsbyrosemary.com, where we provide you with information on how to obtain our spiritual consultations, psychic astrology, Rosicrucian Kabbalah, as well as classes and upcoming seminars. March's gemstone of Aquamarine has the light emanations of the astrology archangel Amethyst, and your zodiac sign gemstone of Emerald has the properties of light bestowed by the zodiac archangel Asmodel. Stay right here as we give you the gemstones which are particular to your ruling planet of Venus, Taurus. White sapphire and clear diamonds, white topaz, quartz crystal, also zircons are the precious stones used to align oneself with the energies of the planetary angel Hanael, who is assigned to the planet Venus in Kabbalah, also called Anael, being also Haniel or Anaphiel, since these names and resulting slightly varying angels corresponding to Venus apply pleasurable though attenuated levels of bestowal, creature comforts, and also sensuality. So be quite mindful of your own intentions and your own potency when utilizing these very powerful gemstones in unison one with the other. The planetary angel Anael, sometimes called Hanael, is assigned to the planet Venus and also the Sephira of Netzach in Kabbalah. Among the order of the Elohim, this attribute of God is evoked using the God name of Yahweh Sabaoth, or Yud-Keh-Vav-Keh Zabaoth, with a TZ or an SA. And also remember that if you change even one letter, you're changing the expression of the energy, just like if you changed something in genetics and you change something quite small, it could change the creature quite a lot. So just remember that. Now, Anael, Aniel, Hanael, being varying names of this divine attribute found in the angelic realm, where dreamy desire in general and specific desire of victory is found in Netzach through this angel who is known as the beauty or the grace of God in Kabbalah. Hanael, Anael, and Aphiel, or Haniel, is among the angels who helped transport Enoch to heaven. In the book of Enoch, you can find this story. Now, the Hebrew book of 3 Enoch, or the book of Enoch by R. Ishmael ben Elisha, the high priest, in chapter 17 we read, the princes of the 7 heavens of the sun, moon, planets, and constellations, and their suites of angels. R. Ishmael said, Metatron, the angel, the prince of the presence, the glory of all heavens, said to me, 7 are the princes, the great, beautiful, revered, wonderful, and honored ones who are appointed over the 7 havens. Important information is usually found in footnotes, especially in sacred texts, and I'm sure in textbooks as well. But in sacred texts, you often find things that clarify for the logical mind what's actually going on. For example, you find that the Venusian energies, although very pleasurable, do have an energy that can be a bit poisonous, the Venusian energies, so you have to be very mindful of that when you're dealing with Venusian energies. Now, continuing with this section of this book of 3 Enoch, then came Anaphiel, to which Anaphil is assigned a position higher than that of Metatron. That's very important to understand, that Anaphil is given a position higher than that of Metatron. Okay, that's from that text, that sacred scripture. Now, Anael or Haniel is said to hold a high position, being a chief of both the order of virtues as well as principalities. Venusian angel Anael is also sometimes referred to as the angel Ariel, which a lot of people are familiar with. And this is a very evocative angelic frequency of the prophecy found in Isaiah, where God judges Jerusalem and prophesies about converting the Gentile nations. We read in the Douay-Rheims Bible, chapter 29, verse 1 to 2, Woe to Ariel, the city which David took. Year is added to year. The solemnities are at an end. And I will make a trench about Ariel, and it shall be in sorrow and mourning, and it shall be to me as Ariel. Again, keep in mind that these Venusian energies have also a poisonous aspect to them. But the right amount of poison does what? It heals, yes. Venus is known as the attribute of God, the morning star, found in Revelation 22:16. I, Jesus, have sent my angel to testify to you these things in the churches. I am the root and stock of David, the bright and morning star. Your Earth Guardian Archangel Uriel speaks to you from your Taurus Astrology Archangel Asmodel. This is an angelic horoscope transmission from your Taurus Zodiac Angel Asmodel, who resides over the bull's fixed Earth, and here are his messages for you in love, money, and health. For Asmodel's love, rapture, and romance transmission, first, the red-orange angelic light frequencies of Asmodel combine with exhilarating, healing oscillations emanating from freshly relaxing and vibratory pulses from the gemstone of Aquamarine invigorates and motivates your romantic relationships. And this is due to provisions made by divine providence through this birthstone's privileged spiritual inheritance. Enjoyment of a precise permutation of Zodiac Angel Amnitziel's natural 12th house attributes, in addition to your own Taurus energies, bestows to you overflowing quantities of heartfelt personal associations with the traditional zodiac sign of Pisces, because of the enhancing, cool, and subtle light beams that sparkle forth from a gem which reserves delightful experience for the holder of such a gemstone through a refreshment of the heart chakra, thus causing great delight and physicality via interdimensional communication made possible through harmonizing within the third eye, the crown, and the sacral chakras. Asmodel's money and wealth transmission finances show overflowing abundance for those who spend time getting to know economic principles as well as how to woo money. And woo money's very fickle spirit into a well-prepared lair. That which is below corresponds to that which is above, and that which is above corresponds to that which is below, as stated in the great alchemical work, the Emerald Tablet, attributed to Hermes Trismegistus. This saying, and the saying that what goes around comes around, and all of that, and if you just treat others the way you want to be treated, the reason everybody's so frustrated about that just doesn't seem to work. I treat people nice and they're mean to me, or I take on this kind of cold, hard attitude to get them to be nice to me, or whatever, and then they don't act the way I want them to, whatever. There's so many variables of how someone behaves towards others, and how others behave back, and how you think others should behave towards back at you. But the problem is that it depends on who you're dealing with, because there are 4 worlds in the Kabbalah, and there's 4 worlds within us, within our chakra systems. It depends on what part of this person you're dealing with, and where the astrological or zodiacal attributes line up or do not line up. So, if you're taking the world of in Kabbalah, in the Judaic teaching, which Christianity, we're a Judeo-Christian. That's the religion is Judeo-Christian. If you're Christian, it's very much based on Judaism. So with that said, you have the world of Asaya. That's the realm of the flesh, with demons below, and the realm of the flesh and everything in the physical world, kind of aligned to Malkut when you're talking about the 10 Sephirah. But when you're talking about the worlds of the tree, you've got Asaya, and you've got that lining up with what in other cultures they describe as the substantial. It's the same world. Yes. Then next up, you have the world of Yetzirah, formation, the world of formation, of planning, and that has to do with the world that is the unsubstantial and some of the other traditions. And then above that you have Bria, and that's archetypes. And you even have similarities when you talk about psychology, for instance. And then you have the divine substantial corresponding to the archetypal world, the angelic realm, if you will, or the realm of the gods and goddesses, or the angels that you can, the divine substantial. That's the world of Bria. That's the world, again, of archetypes. Then you have Absolute at the top, the divine unsubstantial, and you're starting off with the substantial, and that corresponds to the Sephir of Keter, but this is the world of Absolute. And these correspond, if you start from the top down, it corresponds to Yud, Ke, Vav, Ke. Yud, He, Vav, He. Yud, He, Vav, He. Yud being 10, He 5, Vav being 6, and He being 5. That's what you've got. And it takes on the formation of a human, of a man. That's advanced Kabbalah, that's getting a little advanced, but you see it's based on the name of God. Now, of course, these things can be, there's various permutations, and the Yud, He, Vav, He, that is Aries. That's an Aries permutation. That is not a Taurus permutation, nor is the permutation for March. Since all of these astrological correspondences are based on Eastern and therefore often Hebrew months. And we'll get into that in future classes and videos, but right now we're just going to say that March is akin to Pisces and akin to the 12th house attributes. Okay? So just understand that. Now, connecting one's God self to receiving monies becomes ever more fun and adventurous, while remaining dignified during an astrological progression where combining Taurus's emerald birthstone with your ruling planet Venus's clear diamond or white sapphire gemstones added to March's aquamarine gem unites astrology archangelic forces known to Asmodel and Obnitziel, that's Taurus, and the 12th house Pisces March energy. Again, in the calendar that we're using in the West, it seems to overlap, but we're just going to say that it's March, but it has to do with a Hebrew month, and we'll get into that later. So reviving businesses are going to be what this month is about. No matter if it's a small business or a large business, it's going to allow you a very exuberant force of your willpower to allow for a lot of very important spiritual development of your very soul, destined for prominence in the world when? In the world to come. Experiential divine illumination is projected from within the soul self, then being reflected back towards any individual monad based upon purpose, intent, as well as attitude. The sacral, crown, and third eye chakras are reinvigorated in celestial surroundings with March's gemstone expecting you to endow boundless opportunity to a world fettered by unnecessary self-restriction. It's always self-restriction. In this way, you provide immeasurably pleasant experiences for yourself, and for others as well. And this is also has to do with how we say that not only what comes around goes around, but also we start worrying about, well, that's just common sense. But if you're dealing with someone who has a different playbook and is trying to achieve a different goal, then the common sense doesn't work. You need all the very particular nuances. Yes? Now for Osmondel's health and fitness transmission. Health centers on complementing upper supernal realms such as crown and third eye chakras through objectively manifesting situations via sacral chakra vortex assertions from divine principle towards physically ascending up into more fruitful dimensions, which through very well applied chakra healing techniques are able to be timeless while concurrently substantial. And that's the key. Kabbalistic assertion stating that Keter is in Malkuth, as we mentioned above, regarding the Sephira, not the worlds, and Malkuth is in Keter, find a place via 12th house attributes since March, and since this 12th house kind of Piscean spiritual energy, the zodiac sign of Pisces, the ruling planets are concerned with the 12th house. It has to do with the feet and the head. And this is due to correspondences with Jupiter and Neptune because of the Pisces energy, respectively. They're remembering that Jupiter associates with the sacral chakra to stabilize the entire energetic organism expressed in 10 Kabbalistic Sephirotic dimensions. You're going to find that the energetic frequencies of Taurus's emerald or your ruling planet Venus's gemstone of clear diamond, white sapphire or zircon may also be used, added to March's aquamarine gem. You're going to find it motivating during March, causing you to feel more able to accomplish all the things that you set in mind to accomplish, especially when it comes to the areas of your mind, your body, and your soul healthfulness. That's what it's about. It's about the healthy development of your soul. Your sacral chakra is considered to be all-important during 12th house sojourns for the principle of establishing fulcrums towards everlasting leverage, what is often thought to be hypocritical in attempts to express myriads of anxiety-provoking, ascending lifestyles mixed with outrageously passionate, almost degrading lifestyles. And isn't that the point? So in other words, aspirations for being real, being more realistic, more pragmatic, might at times appear to conflict harshly with ambitions for a soul's recognition of its own personal godhood. Astrocartographic arrangements currently as well as at birth must be revealed if a holistic lifestyle of unveiling one's inner nature is truly desired. Our disclaimer is very important. High magic should be used with all mindfulness, since powerful forces of manifestation are unleashed when you utilize any of these frequencies. And any act of will is an act of what? An act of magic, intended exclusively for entertainment purposes. Remember to chant your divine tone of I have, or try out the higher aspect of simply meditating on the quality of having, and be wise, be well, be all you are meant to be, Taurus. Thank you for joining us. Join us again